Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful day here in Chicago. I feel like cold and dreary. Um, but, every time I think about, oh, it's so cold in April, I think about how really cold it was actually in February, and then I stop feeling bad. Hey, this week on the 25th, the best week course for weekly option trading. Seriously. You're going to learn all sorts of fun stuff. You're going to learn about, and you can watch the video replay of Trading Weekly Options I did a while back. And here's the two good-looking guys that are going to be teaching you. All right? Good stuff, guys. All right. So let's go to optionpit.com/weeklies for more information. So let's talk about the market. Well, here we are. And one thing that we thought was, Friday felt very much like a one-off event. Hey, this is probably not going to be a long-term thing, and it is proving itself true. We got some help from the Chinese. I think there was a wild overreaction out of the Grecian fears. And you can see that, Europe's certainly not moving like the U.S., but the U.S. markets are in pretty decent shape. We're bumping right against that 2100 mark. Which is an important thing to be aware of. Again, that's been a key level. VIX futures are right back to kind of where they started. So we're back at some of these lower levels. And, it is what it is. That VVIX is still holding near 80, which has been kind of the near recent low levels. So where is there opportunity? Well, take a look around. You can see there's some things moving around. Apple has earnings coming up next week, so nothing quite, but we're starting to run into some of the big tech name earnings, and those can be pretty big drivers. So that would be kind of the pieces that I would tell everybody keep an eye on. Goldman is one that we've been watching. It's right back up, and TLT, the interesting is we're going to big update. Take a look at what's kind of happening with rates. I'm just going to hone in. They appear to be getting we do see a downturn in the 50-day moving average, but I think that's about to turn. You can see the 50-day moving average is now flatlined. And I think you're going to see that start to creep higher again. Because rates are really look like they're preparing to move up again. So the fact that we're up 230 points on the Dow and long-term rates aren't moving at all should be telling. And it is telling that something's going on. Certainly, certainly we're in a position where rates may keep moving. Vol, the Vol futures had a really nice pop on Friday. If you look at May, and you can see they had a real nice pop. Got as high as 16.15, and now we're kind of right back near the lows. If you look at UVXY may go to single digits this week. It is right near its all-time low. Its all-time low was 1038 with a close of 1058. Now we're back at 1081. So that is a name that is really starting to really fall apart and looking pretty ugly here. And we could see that really continue to dip here. All right, folks. Looking around, I do think we're going to crawl higher today. I don't think we're going to be up 30 and then end up down up 23 or 24, but I do think we're going to push higher, and we can see vol in all day. Okay, folks. If you got questions, don't forget to check out that weekly options course we're doing. You can call me 888-TRADE-01. you can email me, mark@optionpit.com. All right, folks, I'll be back in a few minutes.